And Drew, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken, how you doing?
I'm living the dream, but I got a stiff neck all of a sudden. That
you got great music there for sure. Yeah.
Joe does it, man. Joe Hankin on the bumps, ladies and gentlemen. How can I help today?
Well, I'd like to just quickly read the two little sentences I got so I get it straight.
Okay.
I gave my 2 weeks notice last week. A few days later, a particular situation arose where my boss asked me to directly lie to a coworker.
Whoa.
To protect themselves. I said I would not lie to the coworker, and I did not.
Good for you.
Said coworker has also put their notice in, but has given a few months' notice, so they will be there after I leave to my new job. I've known this coworker for 15 years, but even if I hadn't, should I let them know of the behavior that happened?
What is behind this question? What's fueling this? Do you feel like even though they're leaving and on their way out, that in that time they have left, they need to be aware of this and you're doing this to protect them in some way? Or what's behind you asking this question? Should I tell them that my boss wanted me to lie to them? What's behind it? What do you feel you're doing if you do tell them?
I feel like if I do tell them, I don't know their reaction, but I feel like I'm struggling with it because the worst reaction would be that they quit on the spot and leave everyone else kind of high and dry.
Okay. That's what I was getting at. I didn't word it very well. I was trying to think my way through it because ultimately the answer to this question, what should you do, is your decision. But I wanted to know your motivation for why you wouldn't do it. Because on the surface, it's like, well, sure, they're leaving anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the weird part of the situation is we're both on our way out.
But let me ask you this. What's interesting about the way you worded that is, well, if I tell them, they may leave on the spot, and that's going to leave people in the lurch. And I'm like, well, is 2 months difference really that different? You know, the difference between leaving now versus 2 months from now? I mean, really? Like, you're leaving.
Right.
You're leaving for the right reasons. People are going to be left behind no matter what.
Yeah.
It's not your problem. So the question is do you feel like it serves them well? And so if you're worried about them leaving sooner rather than later and that hurting the people left behind, I got to tell you, I don't think that's a viable reason to not tell them.
I gotcha.
Now, does it serve any good at all by telling them?
That's where I just feel like it's me getting it off my conscience more so than aiding in making the place better.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you're feeling like you should do it. I think if I remove, which I tried to, the guilty conscience of hurting your other coworkers if this person leaves, if I remove that, I feel like you really want to tell this person, you know, this guy or gal asked me to lie to you. I wouldn't do it. And I just want you to know.
Yeah, you were just talking about the leadership stuff, and it's definitely why I'm leaving, because there's a lot of lack of that and direction. But, it was just kind of a sobering moment of, okay, it happened a few days after I put my notice in. So,
yeah, I mean, if you feel better by getting it off your chest, this person's leaving anyway, so you're not influencing their decision to work there or not. They've already decided. So if it makes you feel better, get it off your chest.
Gotcha.
Just, hey, FYI, but
yeah,
I don't know that it accomplishes a whole bunch either, but if it makes you feel better, if it makes you feel better and you want them to know it, I'd let them know. And I think that's where you got to go here. I don't think there's any right or wrong here. And whether they leave tomorrow or 2 months from now, that's really not up to you. And there's going to be people left behind when we leave, folks. But it's not about what's behind us. It's what's in front of us that we should be focused on.